What up, what up? It's your boy Big Vern. Welcome to App Stupid. We are in season 7. That's right. Who would have thought? 1,300 episodes and still rolling. The fastest growing channel on these YouTube streets. We get it in from college basketball to college football. We also talk some pro football and some pro basketball, giving you intakes and also giving you some game things you might not have known. But just like we do about this time, somebody hit me with a rap album. It's your boy Big Vern. What up? It's your boy Big Vern coming to you live from the App Stupid Studios. And we pushing a new rap album this month, Zero, Unappreciated, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is Famous Again. Look, if you don't like that Southern Texas pimp shit, this is gonna go over your head. But for everybody on that level, because most guys have lived life to this point, Famous Again is one of them ones. I'm trying is one of them ones too. They got them one of them ones. This guy has the ability to harmonize like somebody like Nate Dogg, but then he has bars like Bun B. So yeah, this was a really good vibe. And then there's Less. I'ma do less. If you don't like what I'm doing, I'ma do less. That was crazy. I listen to this almost every day. And would have known's another good one. And then Ro comes back. Zero. Unappreciated. In stores now. Yo, shout out to Zero doing his thing, Unappreciated. Make sure y'all go ahead and get the project. We have an action-packed show today. We're breaking down all of the NFL playoffs from coming up this weekend. We're also going to go ahead and cover a bunch of firings that pretty much we didn't get to all the firings. We try to lighten it up and get some happy news. And then we have Lamar Jackson being scapegoated for the firing of John Harbaugh, which makes no sense to me. However, going to last night in the Fiesta Bowl, you had Ole Miss and you had Miami. Now, I did not like the whistles in this game. I thought that the whistles in the game was really excessive to the point where it just made you scratch your head because Miami played the same game they played against Ohio State. So if it was physical at Ohio State and it was detrimental that the Buckeyes not actually get to defend their crown, they were dethroned by the Canes, it made me think, what the hell is going on? Also, the holding calls, I don't know what goes for holding anymore in not only college football, but also pro football, because as an O-lineman or as a defensive lineman, the first thing that they teach you as an O-lineman is that 3-inch power step and get into those pads. And then when you become a secondary player, you get to turn the pads and you get to control the player in which way that they go. Now, the disengagement, if I got your jersey, that's holding. If I have you by the shoulder pads, and I have you on the inside of your breastplate, and I'm moving you, shading you off of your left or right shoulder, that's not a hold. That is not a hold. And again, I think some of the penalties were excessive on the Canes cartel. 10 penalties for 74 yards. They played the same exact way against Ohio State, and they didn't have a penalty. So I just felt like they were doing anything to keep Ole Miss in that game. Because the Canes, they held on to the ball for 41 minutes and 22 seconds. They held on to that ball for 41 minutes and 22 seconds. And it wasn't anything new that Carson Beck had seen, because a lot of people forget this, but Carson Beck played in the SEC last year. And had Ole Miss fall into Georgia, he would have been playing his old coach. So you see how this thing was baked in. You've seen how this thing was baked in. They could have fed Ole Miss to Indiana, but they wanted to go ahead and take the path of the least resistance. That's the way this thing was set up by Frank Yurachek. And sometimes when you cherry pick, you pick a pepper. And that's just what happened. They picked a pepper because I myself, I'm going to be guilty. I said that the Canes cartel did not deserve to be in the college playoff. And yeah, they did deserve it. They proved they deserved it. They proved that they belong. They proved that they belong. They deserve it. And like I say, to the victor goes the spoils. The Canes cartel had 459 yards of total offense in that game. Through the air, 268 on the ground, 191, 5.5 yards per play, 28 first downs. On third down conversion, they were really good. Even when they would take the penalties to get them pushed back, you was like, well, wait a minute. They can't convert on third and long. Carson Beck, and like I said, the Canes cartel, they surprised me. They surprised me big time. They were able to convert. They kept the defense out on the field. Now, granted, Ole Miss, they got some dogs out there on defense. Them boys was out there for a long time. And they still had the stamina to dial up packages. They still had the stamina to rush the front four. I mean, it was really a really good defensive plan. I cannot take that away from them. But when it came time for Chambliss to move the ball, that when they scored and they went the final touchdown for Ole Miss, they didn't advance the ball on their offense. They advanced the ball with calls, with help. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, okay, well, that seemed like that was baked in because the Ole Miss offense was stagnant. And then Lacey, outside of him having that ridiculous 70-yard break, he seems like he was playing hurt because he was out there warming up. He was trying to stay hot. Credit to him, he still came in and tried to give it a fight. But I just didn't see the separation where you're at. And now this is the third year in a row the SEC is not going to play for the national championship. And they were only 2-6 this year in bowl games. So they were 2-6 this, well, 2-7 now. 2-7 in bowl games. They haven't played for the national chip. I think the narrative died last night that the SEC is some sort of head over heels better football conference than anywhere. It's not. If you're on the same level with the same amount of weaponry, 5-star kid, this, that, and the third, transfers, this, that, and the third, they're just like everybody else. It's a marginal conference living off who they used to be. It's a marginal conference living off who they used to be. And I just want to sit up here and say Mark Fletcher Jr. is a guy who you will see in the NFL. That dude is insane. But the real Malachi Toney showed his ass last night. That crazy draw play where he goes and he catches the ball behind the line. And at that time, Carson Beck in the third quarter, he didn't even have an advancing touchdown to where he threw the ball beyond the line of scrimmage. Again, like I say, I watch everything. I watch the good and the bad. I watch the bad more than anything because that gives you a time to get better. Kobe Bryant taught me that one. However, not going to go ahead and belabor the point. Miami, they are the Fiesta Bowl champions, and they are one half of the championship game going on Monday night. They await the winner of Oregon and Indiana. Fighting Fish. And the people of Miami, the Canes cartel. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think. It's your boy, Big Vern. Yeah, it's your boy, Big Vern. Y'all know the drill. Get in the comments. Whether you agree or disagree, let me know what's going down. It's your boy, Big Vern. We'll be back.